Welcome to some Miami Heat talk. And 2 days ago in the NBA draft, the Miami Heat selected Kasparas Jakucionas with the 20th pick. And that was thought by many as a great pick for the value for where it was, because Kasparas Jakucionas was going into the draft by many of the experts that are a rare species nowadays, draft experts in the NBA, was a lottery pick. So many thought going into the draft he was a lotto pick. Middle of the college season, he was even in the top 5, the top 3 range in this NBA draft. But he dropped, so they thought he was going to go into lotto. But he ended up falling to Miami at 20. So many thought, with Miami needing a guard, this was a great pick in the NBA draft because of the overall value and his skill set, and he's only 19 years old. So many thought Miami had one of the better drafts, one of the better picks, because we only had one pick in the NBA draft. Yet, according to Yahoo Sports draft expert Kevin O'Connor, the Miami Heat had a D+ draft. He gave them a D+ grade, which was the worst grade out of all 30 NBA teams that he graded in the first round. Not only that, you know what the worst part is? He had Kasparas Jakucionas going 11th in his mock draft. So he thought Kasparas was good enough to be a lottery pick, good enough to go right around the top 10. Not only that, he said on his draft analysis post-game, whatever you want to call it, the Miami Heat had the worst draft out of all 30 NBA teams. Not the Pelicans, who gave up their pick next year that's probably going to be good, or Milwaukee's pick next year that's also probably going to be good. And also gave the 23rd pick to go up to 13 to get Derek Queen. Not the Nets, who drafted 500 guys that are all guards. Not the Trailblazers, who selected a mid-second round guy in the first round. The Miami Heat, who suggested by him a projected lottery pick with the 20th pick. So here's what he had to say on his... I'll play what he had to say on his post-draft analysis.
Miami, I just question what the hell is actually going on here. You got Pat Riley, 80 years old, still wants to try to win games, but like they're just stuck in the middle. So like to me, Miami as the team that I look at is like had the most questionable, worst night. Vincent, like what do you think? Like who had the worst first round that we saw tonight?
It probably would have to be Miami, right? Because you just don't know what the hell they're doing. And that's unfortunate because that is a respected organization. That
all right, let's see if the other guy agrees with them.
23.
So we got 2 out of 3 agreeing with each other.
Who's eligible to purgatory?
That doesn't get you anywhere. It just doesn't. I mean,
it's not going to get you anywhere.
It doesn't. King, what do you think was who had the worst first round tonight?
I have to agree because
Miami. We all consensus Miami.
It seems like it.
None of us like K.
Yeah, see, that's where you just stop listening. Because clearly these guys have no idea what they're talking about. No idea what they're talking about. I mean, the other 2 guys should just get right here, get on their knees, and just go, yes, Kevin. Yes, we agree with everything you say, Kevin, because you gave us a glorious chance to be on your podcast, to be on this Yahoo Sports. We would never have the chance without you. That's why we're agreeing with everything you have to say, even though it makes absolutely no sense. They go on to say Miami should have took Nick Clifford. They don't know. I mean, I agree. There's one thing I agree with. That the Miami Heat are middling right now. They're kind of in the middle of winning now, which they always want to do, and trying to develop young talent. That's completely understandable. But saying Miami had the worst draft because they didn't get Kevin Durant, which has nothing to do with the draft, or they didn't handle the Jimmy Butler situation, his opinion, well, which has nothing to do with the draft, or they should have drafted Nick Clifford, which is a forward. The Miami Heat don't need another forward because we're trying to make Bam a forward. Got Khalil Ware at center, and also got Jovic and Jaquez. Why do we need Nick Clifford? We need a guard that could take the ball out of Tyler Hero's hands and also score and play make. I mean, I don't think these guys know what the Miami Heat need. I don't think they know the needs of these teams. And giving the Miami Heat having the worst draft is insane. In order to have the worst draft, don't you have to take a second round a late second round talent in the first round, maybe? Guess what? The Portland Trailblazers took a mid-second round talent in the middle of the first round. Oh, also the Pelicans traded their pick next year. That's going to be good because all they have is Jordan Poole for Derek Queen. And their pick they already had, the 23rd pick, to the Hawks. Oh, the Nets picked 500 players, and they're all just foreigners that are guards and could shoot the ball. I mean, do they know what they're talking about? Kasparas Jakucionas, now we're going to use this, according to Kevin O'Connor, 1/3 of the NBA Three Stooges, is a lottery pick. For a team that needs a guard, of course. Okay, whatever. Miami Heat need a guard. They don't know that. So I'm telling them that. Miami Heat need a guard. Lottery pick gets picked in the 20th pick. That's positive. That's just positive value. Second round pick gets picked in the first round. That's negative value. Kasparas Jakucionas, all Big Ten freshman team. Kasparas Jakucionas, all Big Ten third team. As a freshman, 19-year-old, adds to his upside because of his potential. Then they go on to say, the Miami Heat should have taken a more seasoned college player with experience, not a freshman like Kasparas. You know, the reason they didn't do that, they already did that with Jaime Jaquez. And they're obviously trying to build their young core, as you can see now. And not only that, you picked the guy that has the most value there because they didn't expect him to be there. They didn't even work him out because they thought he was going to get picked way higher than 20. That's why they didn't work him out. That's why they didn't go with the original pick, Walter Clayton or Nick Clifford, because this guy had so much value as a 19-year-old first option on Illinois, averaging 15, 5, and 5, and the only other player in college basketball to average 15, 5, and 5 in the power conference, Cooper Flag. But this guy was a D+ pick. Get out of here. Then the Trailblazers had an F-, the Pelicans had an F+, and the I don't even, what other teams are there? Kevin O'Connor has no idea what he's talking about. Simple as that. I didn't know this. We have three stooges of the NBA. I officially declare Kevin O'Connor, Stooge 2 and Stooge 3, the three stooges of the NBA, because they have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to Miami Heat, and just want to go around declaring them as the ultimate losers of the NBA draft. Makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. The Miami Heat needed a guard. They got a guard. They needed a guard that could score, handle the ball, and do things offensively. Now, the Miami Heat, his defense and his turnovers are a problem. His turnovers are a problem because in college, you're getting rushed with the damn ball. He's the number one option on the team. And he has no other help besides Will Riley. Okay, we'll get his turnover. That's fine. And his defense is an issue, but the Miami Heat are one of the best teams to work with if you need better defense. We'll install some damn defense in the guy. We'll put Davion Mitchell on him and have him go through some drills and practice or something, yeah? I mean, every draft pick comes with some downside unless you're Cooper Flag. You know? Like, every draft pick comes with some downside unless you're Cooper Flag. Or LeBron James. Or Victor Wembanyama. There's going to be some weaknesses of these guys. And just because you don't know what the Heat are doing, and just because they didn't get KD and Jimmy Butler, blah, 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 and they didn't move off Andrew Wiggins, doesn't have anything to do with the guy that they drafted and what they did in the 2 days of the NBA draft, which was draft a guy that had good value, and that was projected lottery pick with a 20th pick. Simple as that. Three stooges of the NBA are Kevin O'Connor, Stooge 2, and Stooge 3 on Yahoo Sports. And that's simple as that.